Hello, traders. Today is May 21st, 2021. Time for the recap. So, today I wanted to really touch on Humbl, my favorite stock, which is ticker symbol HMBL. I'm very heavily invested into it. I continue to add to it. And this week we got to see an ending that was really interesting because Humbl has put out a soft launch of their NFT space. And if you're not sure what an NFT is, it stands for non fungible token. What is a non fungible token? It's basically a way to digitalize something that you would be considered or would be considered a collectible. A good example of that is, for example, Jack Dorsey's first tweet, he turned into an NFT because it was from Jack Dorsey, and a lot of people know who Jack Dorsey is. That first tweet has a perceived, or we won't even call it perceived, but it has a value to it, and that value is determined basically by what people are willing to pay for it. So it went to auction, and from my understanding, that tweet garnered well over $100,000. So some of these NFTs can really garner some crazy value. Humbl just got into the space. They did their soft launch today, and upon them doing that, a lot of people started buying the shares, and the price started really cranking up. I mean, it did quite a nice, strong push. The price action was great, and then unfortunately, the short sellers came in and dumped on the market and drove it back down, not to where it started, but just slightly above that point. But then it kind of sort of just continued to go up for the rest of the day once they were done driving the price down. So ultimately, it ended up closing green. But I tell you what, this company is involved in so many things and is on such a good path and executing so well. I just don't see how this company doesn't become huge over time. A good example of that, or what I would sort of parallel it to, is look at Uber, right? Uber came out, they started in New York. There were taxis around, and it took a while for them to become known. But once the word got out, once people figured out that they could be driven in a regular car that was cleaner, that you had regular people, maybe, who were more friendly than maybe the taxi cab driver who did it all day long, and they could get the services quicker and cheaper, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you're very hard pressed to see taxi cabs anymore. You see a lot of Ubers and Lyfts running around these days. So just like you hear people tell each other, oh, I Ubered to my friend's house, or I Ubered to the mall, I think in the future you're going to see the word humble being used in the same way. Because, you can send payments back and forth. You can pay for things for merchants and so on. And pay profit from user to user. I can see in the future where someone would say to another person, hey, I humbled my friend $20 so that they could go catch a movie or something like that. And so you can imagine how big that's going to be when they reach that status and that point where they become a household name. These stock prices are going to be through the roof. It may take a while to get there, no doubt about that, but they're certainly making the right moves to get themselves there. So that's just my opinion. This is not any advice financially. You make your own decisions, you do your own due diligence, but from everything I've seen, this company is just performing amazingly. And that is why they are my biggest position size. As of right now, I still have about 30 stocks. I don't know what my problem is. I need to learn how to trim, but I just can't let some of these go. I really like them too much. But that being said, when you consider that, I probably have about 30% of my portfolio or more, maybe 40% of my portfolio in Humbl alone. That should tell you the confidence I have in this particular stock. personally. So you know, do what you got to do your own research, but I think that these guys are making waves. And you might be asking yourself at this point, like, what happened? Because last week I had the beard and everything. Well, as it turns out, and another reason I'm confident in this company is that they're hiring. And so I put in for a position to be what's called a sales advocate, or not advocate, ambassador, excuse me. And I got a response. I had an interview that I did, a short 15-minute interview for the first one. That went really well. And so, the fact that they're hiring people, the fact they built up a dream team, and they continue to add the number of people to their organization, including engineers and designers and developers, and I mean, just all kinds of things. They're acquiring different businesses to work in conjunction with them. I mean, this company is just set out to do big things. I don't see how you can lose with this company with the way they're going. So until something changes fundamentally with the way they do business or how they execute, I have all the confidence in the world that this is going to become something huge. I could talk about a bunch of stocks. I don't want to go down that path this time. I will talk to you guys real quickly about the crypto. I don't know how many of you guys are interested or invested in crypto, but I have quite a few crypto coins as well. I have some Ethereum, I have some Bitcoin, I have Dogecoin, I have Ripple, I have some Litecoin, I've got some Bitcoin SV, I have Ethereum Classic, I've got UCO2, Carbon Coin. I mean, I've got just all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. But the thing about it is, the crypto market was doing really well until it seems that the people who have the power to dump and to make price movement, looks like they're trying to drive the prices down, in my opinion, to get the prices really low so they can start acquiring more crypto, and then it'll go back up. Now, there's no guarantee. It could continue to go down. I mean, we saw it really, really shoot up, especially leading up to Elon Musk and Saturday Night Live with the Dogecoin. Like, that thing just went crazy leading up to it. But, of course, as it seems to be the case, there's an old adage out there that says to buy the rumor and sell the news. So the rumor was, oh, Elon Musk is going to be on Saturday Night Live. It's going to shoot this thing through the roof. And so while everyone's hearing this and this is getting out there, then you see the Dogecoin rising. And then when Saturday Night Live hits, and all of a sudden it starts selling off. So I don't know why that adage is so accurate, but it seems to play out over and over again. Now, I'm not someone who likes to get in and out of things too much. I prefer to more or less just buy and kind of let it do its thing. I've learned. But I got to tell you, it's been pretty volatile. If you're in the crypto, you probably know this. Everyone has their own strategy. Me personally, I like to just wait for it to drop, and then I try to add a little bit more so that I have more crypto on those dips. So that the next time it spikes, and it's even better. But at some point, you run out of funds to add if you add pretty heavily, and then you have to at some point take profit as well. It's a tough game because if you take your profits before a year's time, they charge you at your normal taxable rate versus the capital gains rate, which is a whole lot less percentage-wise. So something to keep in mind as well. It's a way to encourage you to hold investments longer, and I think that it makes sense because that way, when people invest in companies, they're not pulling their money in and out, and the company can be a little bit more solid on the fact that people won't sell the stocks as easily since they'll get penalized for doing so. And I think that's the same for crypto as well. So anyway, smash the like button. Ask me anything if you want. You want into the comment section. I will comment as soon as possible. And until next week, have a great week, and we'll chat later. Have a great day.